Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom come to you from Dublin and back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the 5 songs in Söngvakeppnin, that's Iceland's national final. I'm going to listen and react to the live performances and tell you who I think could do well in Liverpool. So let's kiki. As always, I will leave timestamps in the progress bar if you want to skip to one of the particular songs. Now this video, it may come across as a little bit messy. What happened was I actually filmed a reaction to all 10 songs around a week ago. It was after the first semi-final had been on, so I reacted to the live performances of those 5 songs, 3 of which are now in the final, Celebs, Delia and Bragi. So I'm going to show those ones that I recorded a while ago. And then I'm going to add in 2 songs which I'm recording now today from Langley, Selly, och Skudendir and Siga Oss. So we'll have 5 in total, but 3 of them will have been recorded a week ago and 2 of them are recorded today. And then I'll mix them all together into one video. Hopefully this won't be an editing nightmare. But I am going to change clothes halfway through. Oh, I hope I change clothes. Unless I'm wearing the same thing. And then I look like a big scrubber who doesn't change his clothes. Next up, we do have a qualifier. It's Delia, and she's saying Lefandi ini imer. I wonder if mer means sea. I know it does in Spanish. No, it doesn't. It means me. So the song's called Alive Inside Me. One of number secret bang. Ooh, wow. Look how big that stadium is. That looks like they're in a big warehouse or something. Ooh, it is a little bit reminiscent of Cornelia Jacobs in a year where she was the preceding. So yeah, comparisons are inevitable. Yeah, she's going for like an earthy, breaks the rules girl vibe. Okay, song-wise, it's fine. Build up into... What's that like? It's okay. It feels a bit fillery. I don't really see this doing anything at Eurovision because we were already 113 in. I don't feel an impact. Yeah, some of the styling choices as well. The kind of like oversized suit. Yeah, it's just a lot of ingredients that aren't working for me. It's fine, I'm not saying it's bad, but yeah, it's just, I don't think this can qualify. I like those mushrooms in the background now. I have to admit, there's a little bit on the boring side. Look at the crowd now. The crowd are comatose. Especially for a song with a beat. That stadium is amazing. What's that stadium, like this giant hall? It looks really cool. Yeah, I'm worried now. I hope this isn't a favourite because I really don't think they could do anything at Eurovision at all. And Iceland have got a good qualification record right now. I don't want them to lose it. Yeah, the vocals there add a little bit of drama, but it's beyond saving, I think. I think fundamentally that main fundamental beat, I don't really enjoy that kind of slightly drum and bass beat. For me, it's just not enjoyable sound. It feels a little bit dated. Yeah, that's a non-qualifier. I have to be honest as well, when I'm watching Iceland, I really want Iceland to win like so badly. So when I'm watching, I do have a slight element as well of like, oh, I want to see a winner, which isn't really a fair standard to hold them to. But what can I say? I'm a greedy Iceland lover. Okay, let's go to Celebs. I've heard of this. People have been talking about this one. I don't know what it is, but I think it's called Doomsday something. It's called, what is it called? It's called Doomsdag Dance. Okay, so I think that's Doomsday Dance. It is. Okay, and I've heard loads of people say, I think this was like a fan favorite and it didn't qualify. But that's good in a way. I can see what went wrong. And it still might get the wildcard. Wanna know my secret bang? Celebs. Ooh. Okay, that's an interesting start. Very Melfesty. I always associate that kind of like tinsel and glitter with Melfest. Okay, their styling is like kind of eccentric and weird. I like it. I suppose if it's a like Doomsday song, they're kind of give like apocalyptic glamour. She reminds me of someone. Oh, who does she remind me of? Oh, this is kind of lovely. Visually, it's really like colorful and bright. We've got those big red lips. We've got the, oh, I love his pants. His pants are amazing. There's something about the background music though that doesn't sound like correctly produced or something. It sounds a tiny bit off. Like that it's being played on a phone or something and then someone's recording it from a phone, or it's just that kind of like low quality sound. I do think it's more entertaining than the first two songs. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's amazing. What the hell was that? Okay, visually this is absolutely a winner. Oh, I love that guy with all the tinsel. It's like a tinsel Yeti. Oh, I like that electronic element coming in as well. Yeah, there's element, I kind of see why it didn't qualify, because there's elements to the staging which are very messy. Like there's so much chaos, it almost comes across as a bit disorganized. I still think it should have qualified. This is much more interesting for me than the second song. Ooh, Tyvärr means unfortunately. I remember that from Swedish. Yeah, they just need to neaten up a little bit. I love the Red Yeti. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. They need to focus a little bit more on how it sounds. It sounds like it's too quiet. It's hard to hear the melody. Okay, the key change is nice. Yeah, it's just coming across as professional artists with amateur performance ability. That's a little bit how it feels. Just it's not performed well enough, but the visuals are so like funny and charming and different. And like all the people, all the like red Yetis behind, that's like really, really, really fun. That would massively appeal to a televote. So yeah, a little bit disappointed there, because I still think that I personally would put that through over the second one, because I think it's better to send a big risk that could potentially pay off than a guaranteed medium placing. Like that second song, I think would be like guaranteed 13th, whereas that could come last, but it could also qualify. I don't think there's any point in sending like a really like slightly boring safe song just hoping that you can scrape in 10th place and qualify. So I presume there's a wildcard. So what the organizers did last year is they picked the person who got the most amount of votes who didn't qualify. I'm not sure if that's a coincidence. Let me check the year before that. Okay, so the only precedence we have is last year where organizers picked a song. I don't know if they have to pick the one with the most votes or if that was just a choice that they made. It kind of makes sense, because if you look at those votes from last year, they were only 11 votes away from qualifying, so it kind of makes sense. If you saw those numbers, you'd be like, oh, that's a bit shitty, let's put them through. But yeah, hopefully, I hope the celebs get another chance to the fun, but they definitely need to clean it up, just kind of like take away some of the doubts, because I think watching that, I'll be like, ooh, is this going to get a little bit floppy on the stage? Is it going to look a little bit too rough around the edges? Okay, next up we got Bragi saying, oh my god, she's saying this big long sentence. Let's see if I can guess what it means. Stundum snist heimuren gain per. Oh, I have no idea what that means. It means sometimes the world turns against you. It sure does. So this is the second qualifier. Bragi, you want to know my secret bang? Whoa, my pronunciation was way off. That's a nice starting. Again, I'm getting Melfast vibes, which is a little bit unfair to keep saying, but I suppose it's more just that Nordic feel, isn't it? Interesting staging now, we can only kind of see his head so far. Okay. Let's spot the pop drop. Yes, it feels very competent. It's a little bit standard. Yes, I don't feel like this has an X factor in it. Look, some of the effects are on the screen though. Again, it's reminding me of Sweden because they've got blue and yellow. It feels very Swedish. Yeah, I'm just thinking of Dotter last year. Were they called Dotter last year? Oh, sister. Dotter means sister. That's what I was thinking of that. Sister last year, I felt that although it was a slow burner, it had a special something to it. I don't know what the special something in this is. Yeah, it's just a bit mid. It's a bit middle of the road. Feels a little bit like aiming for 10th place. And there's no jury. I think this song would really rely on a jury. And we're back to the Sweden special effects. Yeah, it's just not, it doesn't have enough of a slap in it or an impact. This is just, no, this won't qualify Iceland either. I don't want the conversation to be, can this qualify? I want it to be, can this get top 10 for Iceland? God, I want them to win so badly. Yeah, that's not close to winning. If that won, I'll literally do anything you want me to. I will give you all my money to the third world if that wins anything. Not anything. If not anything. If that wins Eurovision, I will literally sell all my organs and donate all the money to the third world. Okay, so now we've got the live performance of Langli Seli och Skudarin singing OK. Wanna Know My Secret Bang. Now I have listened to this before. I think it was the one that I liked the sound of, but then it went nowhere. The song's called OK. Yeah, I remember like hearing the start and be like really excited. Like, yeah, it's a cool starting. I wonder if they can make it come across live. Oh, this is the one that took ages to start. Yeah, I remember now. It takes like a minute to start or something. I remember like berating it. Yeah, guys, wow. Way to sign yourself out of a semi-final. Don't start for 55, 56, 57 seconds. Do some like crooning or start at the start. Do some like oohs or something. Just do anything. Say anything. I think this like rockabilly feel is like super unique and would stand out in a really, that could really work, especially anyone looking for some nostalgia. It feels like an Elvis tribute band, which is not a bad thing necessarily. I think the Elvis movie came out last year. That's starting, I'm sorry, I think that they should go to jail for that 50 seconds. That's an entire verse gone. Lyrically, it's, I wouldn't even say it's okay. I would say it's below okay. Ooh, this is getting very cheesy. But endearing cheesy. I like him. I want to eat cheese with him. I feel like he's my cheesemonger. Delivering me not fresh cheese. slightly old cheese. This has got things working for it. It needs a revamp. They need someone just come and say, look lads, you've got a great idea. This just needs a freaking cleanup. You don't have to say okay that much. Like, that thing. Change the lyrics on the chorus. Get rid of the very, very long intro. They need to add in something different in the latter half of the song because it's too flat. Oh my god, there's one girl. Did you see that in the bottom left corner? There's one girl who's like dancing in the aisle. I love her. So I was hoping that they would elevate the studio version, and really this is the same. There's no pyro, there's nothing. And they're performing it well, but it's a pretty easy song to sing, so. Yeah, look, they literally need someone to just come in and just give them a couple ideas, that's it. Like their core thing is actually okay. They just it needs invigorating. Other person I'm gonna rewatch is Sega Ox. I don't remember her either. I think I do. Sega Osk. Oh, she's got a nice hat on her. What would you call that? A leaf. The O's got a leaf on it. One number secret bang. Glema Poroktans. I remember I guessed what Glema meant correctly. I think it meant forget. Because it's like glömna in Swedish. Oh, I kind of like that VHS thing. That's cute. Ooh, she sounds great as well. Okay, this is really cute starting. She's like getting out to go to the club. The moon's in the background. She's recording everything on VHS. She's going to the prom. It's very cute. Ooh. Yeah, it's an 80s song. This is coming along live. I think it sounded fine when I heard the studio version, but I think I like it more live. Ooh. It's got some dance moves as well. Why is she reminding me of Sylvia Knight a little bit? Yeah. That ooh bit. This. Oh, they didn't do it again. They should have done it again. I think that's the main hook in the song. Yeah, it's lovely. I don't know if it's growing at all, but It's really cute. And she's given a great performance. That's the main bit there. I feel they need to milk it a little bit more. I do like it in Icelandic as well. Is she going to change it for the final? No, she's changed it into English. Oh, everyone has. Has everyone gone into English? I wonder if that Wikipedia version... My Wikipedia page is saying everyone went into English. One did. The OK song is in Icelandic, but they're just saying OK, so... Yeah, nice little key changing at the end there. It's quite basic, like there's not really anything groundbreaking here in any capacity in the dancing, but it's a fun overall feel. I think they're just gonna have to rely on luck and who else is there, and also they're in the lucky semi-final. But in fairness, she's done her vocals very well. I think they've done, with that song, I think they've done the right thing. They probably could come up with something a little bit more clever. I actually liked the VH thing at the start, and it felt like there was a little bit of story, like she was getting ready to go out, and then everything else after that just felt a little bit generic. It would have been nice if they'd like kept up a couple more ideas for the later part of the song. That's maybe something they might add in, but she performed it very well. I like the outfits and everything. The song is fine. It's pretty basic. I wouldn't download it. It's got that ooh chorus, which I think they should utilize a little bit more. But yeah, this is fine. I'm going to try and do a summary, even though this is going to be difficult because I filmed the reactions to the other videos a week or two ago. I still think the Celebs is the best one for them to pick. I get that the vocals in it aren't great and parts of it just look too chaotic and messy, but that's something that you can definitely fix in 2 months, assuming the artists are open to fixing it. Now, if the artists don't think it's messy and needs to be fixed and they aren't going to fix it, that's a problem. This was where the interviews would be important. You know, they'd like do the little snippet at the start where they're talking to the artist. How open would they be to making some adjustments, just polishing it up? Because I just remember being like very chaotic and being like very fun. I remember those like monsters in the tinsel, and the fact I remember it, even though it was a week ago, is pretty good because I really don't remember a lot of the other songs. It did like stick in my head the most. Those tinsel monsters were brilliant, and then the LEDs were cool as well, but the vocals were just like all over the place, and they were all over the place. And I get it's Doomsday, so it should be chaotic, but I think it can still be a chaotic that's like easy to absorb and kind of makes sense and isn't just this like chaotic is good, car crash isn't. It just felt a bit car crashy. So I think if they can edit down, they didn't qualify from the first semi, which means that it probably doesn't have that much public support right now. They needed the wild card, and okay, it's only a public vote in the semi-finals. Okay, so the public weren't feeling it in the first set, but maybe they were close. Maybe they were like the highest amount of votes that didn't get through. In any case, they're going to have to work, because this is definitely more of a televote song than a jury song, and if they're already struggling with a televote, I don't know. Of the other songs, I think Delia is the most popular one. I have to admit, I don't resonate with that, but I didn't resonate with Hold Me Closer, and this feels like a worse version of Hold Me Closer. It feels very emulative, like she's trying to, is that emulative a word? Like she's trying to emulate Cornelia, which I don't blame her, because Cornelia is like an epic person. I kind of want to emulate her as well, even though Hold Me Closer is not for me. Bragi, I literally, I'm not joking, I do not remember that song. I do not remember. I'm gonna have to look at a picture to remember who it was. Oh, it was that guy. Look, guys, I did not remember who that was, him at all, and I barely remember the song. That is not a good sign. And I filmed those first reactions probably a week ago, and I just got really busy with everything else, so I couldn't. I have to admit, I just wasn't particularly moved by the national final enough to feel an urgency to edit, and literally nobody was asking. I've had like maybe 2 or 3 comments asking me to react to it, which is much less than other national finals. So I think Sega Oscar's got something fun as well, which will kind of pander to a televote. The OK song, it just needs such a huge revamp, and then I just don't know if I think they would not have flexibility in that. If Langiseli or Skugarnir, who are keeping their song in Icelandic, if they are willing to accept some feedback and make some changes, like that first 50 seconds is just criminal, and there's no build in the song. It's just, it's pancakeness, and I like the sound, but it's like the ingredients, the pancake mix is really like, I like this, and then they make the pancakes and it's just like not fluffy. By the way, in case you're wondering, my favorite song from semi-final 2 was Celia Ross and Kjalar, which didn't qualify, and my favorite song from semi-final number 1 was another one that didn't was Celebs, which also didn't qualify. So both my favorites from semis didn't qualify. I'm not vibing, I'm not on the same wavelength as Icelandic people this year. I still think their language is absolutely sublime. That's what I thought about the 5 songs in the final of Söngvakeppnin. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. I'm seeing another version reaction very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.